Okay, so I was listening to say something over here on YouTube. So listening to that song led me into this next story here because it talks about right there. Everyone knows all about my direction. That's me waging the spiritual warfare here on crystal meth. So at some point in time, everyone's going to know about that. Um, and what I'm trying to accomplish here. So basically, this is about you Walking Dead imposters out there who are pretending to be mankind's loved ones. So everyone knows all about my direction. So are you going to open up your mouth, right? That's what it means. And in my heart, somewhere I want to go there. To where Anthony's talking about changing the universe, et cetera, et cetera. Still, I don't go there, right? So everybody says say something, say something. So that's like all the spirits out there are telling you to say something. It's in my book. I try to bribe people with $1 billion, offering them $1 million to, sing like canaries and tell your story. So wait till the book comes out. So, but you look over here. It's like I don't want to get caught. I don't get caught up in the rhythm of it. But I can't help myself. So no, I can't help myself. So, that's a representation of my movies, right? So, and then down here it's like maybe I'm looking for something I can't have. Meaning New Walking Dead imposters are you're looking for something that you can't have, like I would say, the chances of you going home to go grab your body are slim to none. Seeing as we're going to be waging war against your civilization soon. But I got a plan to, turn you guys straight. It's a long story, but you get put in the cryostasis. You keep the body you got. We erase your memories, so you don't remember who you were in your past life. You only remember who you were here, and you're going to dump a chunk of your childhood. So when you get unfrozen from cryostasis, all you're going to remember is being who you are now. So, if you're a man stuck in a woman's body, but doesn't remember being that man from a distant planet, and doesn't remember coming here taking over the kid's body, and you've lived as a female all your life, when you wake up with cryostasis, you're going to be a female. It's the same with males. So if you're a female living in a male body, same process. When you wake up from cryostasis, everything will be erased, and all you're going to remember is being the man. So that's what he's talking about there. Maybe I'm looking for something I can't have. So everyone knows all about my transgressions. So those are my transgressions. I tell them on my channel all the time. But these dumbass androids and AI and evil children are coming here, and they're going to pretend to be your mommy and daddy, and they're going to bring a tape here which shows me at my most intimate moments to discredit my name so they can paint me as Satan and then prance around as the good guys. But meanwhile, they have a plan to actually kill everyone on the planet. That's scripture, which I'll explain to you in another video. But you just got to know how to interpret the scripture. So in that scripture, they're coming here to get rid of half of mankind who don't believe in the lies by, how do I put this delicately, unaliving them. And then they're going to take the rest of you who believe in their lies up into space, and they'll get rid of you there. So, anyhow, everyone knows all my transgressions about, saying inappropriate stuff in my bedroom to turn on the spirits while waging spiritual warfare. That's me, right? Still in my heart somewhere, there's melody and harmony for you and me tonight. So that's you guys. All my evil children walking around or pretending to be people you're not. That's you. Right? So I hear them call my name. So I was listening to this, but I picked it up from a different perspective. So this here is a representation of mother. I've heard so many stories about her, and to be quite honest, I don't know what the truth is anymore, Jaden. But I hold on to one story, and I kind of believe that might be the one, but I'll save that story for a different day. So basically, it's like everyone knows all about my direction, and in my heart somewhere I want to go there, but still I don't go there. So it's talking about you, wanting to come to me, but for some strange reason, pulling back, probably because of the naughtiness of my spiritual warfare. You don't agree with it. You don't like it, and you can't get past it. Not to mention, you probably have a baby on the way, or you're going to have a baby, or you're deeply in love with Sean. So if there's any chance that perhaps you did stumble across a picture of me over at 88 with Cassidy and developed a little crush on me at 9, you probably fell out of that crush at some point in time. Probably when you met Sean or sooner. So. If that's the case, well then, that's your choice, to go there. So that's what they're basically saying. So down here, this is for me. So I heard that part. It's like, maybe I'm looking for something I can't have, which is about me trying to, hook up with Jaden. Maybe I'm looking for something I can't have, a relationship with a person who, rejects me. So, like I've always said before, if that's the case, what's the backup plan? So now I'm going to get into your story, Leah, is a backup plan. So these past couple weeks, there's been a lot more information come to the forefront that indicates you're actually the replacement creator. So, but not only that, if in the event that you don't choose me, well then, I could choose somebody else, almost anybody else on the planet, in fact. But I have a working relationship with my stepdaughter, and Tatum, Charlotte, so Ava. Those are the top picks of potentially who I could choose, or Mackenzie. So that's the story for another day. So. Where is it? Yeah, so everyone knows all about my transgressions. And then it's like, still in my heart somewhere, there's melody and harmony for you and me tonight. I heard him call my name. So that's a representation of my heart, being reopened for Leia and all these other girls in my pride of girls who I could potentially marry, if that story is correct. Because it's very difficult trying to decipher what evil is, trying to, make me believe. So let's go over here. So this is Jaden here, but here it says I play Xbox a lot. Xbox is like I play X vagina a lot. Is in she's an X to me, meaning she doesn't choose me. Out of 9 lives that we've done this, she's never chosen me. That's what I play Xbox a lot means, or X vagina a lot. So this here is another a trailer called Another Earth. We're talking about there's another you out there. So there's another you out there. Now you begin to wonder if the other you made the same mistakes I made, which is a representation of you, Jaden, not selecting me in 9 past lives. And if there's another you out there, it's leaning towards your creator powers being stripped of you and given to me so that I can select a wife, seeing as you shot me down 9 times. So, that other you is actually Leia because of the other story I talked about, where you developed a crush at 9, supposedly, through a picture, but me at 17 with long hair, and it was the same with Leia, only hers happened at, 8. Oh, I should mention over here, if I keep the volume down, I might be able to do this. So, so he's like, I believe that you are and always will be, so this is here, it says, a second chance to discover. Like, a new soulmate for me, or a new love interest. So that's you, Leia, because, I've spent, like, this was 6 years working with your spirit. And we've developed a very close bond. And this past, year, she's really put on the charm, and she's won my heart. So this is about you. So you always be my little princess, right? So so he takes her to his boarding school and he says, you will be going to the same school your mother went to when she was your age, which is a representation of Leia developing a crush in the exact same manner that Jaden developed a crush. So Jaden developed at 9 through a picture of me because I was very handsome, and Leia developed the same crush at 8 because I was handsome. The difference is that Jaden's out of her crush, and Leia theoretically might still be in that phase. It's been quite some time, right? It's been like I say it was 6 years. So she might have grew out of it, but I don't think so. So, but there could be a sense of fear of coming forward with what's going on emotionally with you, Leia, because when you begin to hear what I actually did in the back room here, it's gonna impact you very, very deeply, and it could basically end up like Jada, like, I don't want to get that guy, that's disgusting, man. Screw that guy, that type of deal, right? So where's this guy? So there'll be no more make-believe at this school. If it's make-believe, it's a representation of there being some lies, and it's theoretically possible that Sherry could be the creator, and that all these girls that I'm working with, they're in cahoots because their spirits are actually kind of bad. So when I work with their spirits, they have more of a sinister plan behind it all. It's just to get me to pick Jaden, pick Leia, pick Dana, pick this or pick that person. But meanwhile, the person I need to be picking is Sherry. So it's that's quite a long story too. But I've been shown that Jaden, you and all your sisters and their spirits, they've over the past 9 lives have consistently put all those thousands of clues in front of me so that I would select you, as opposed to Sherry, um, or Leia. So, and I can't tell what's real or what's not. But the one thing I do remember is when I did a project for grade 4. The project was called "How Did the Blue Jay Get the Tuft on Its Head?" And the long story short is the Blue Jay lied to the creator, and the creator whacked him on the back of the head, and that's how he got the tuft. Because your name is Jay, then it's a connection to you being blue, like sad, I guess, or depressed. So by what? Possibly lying, maybe. So it's a representation of perhaps your entire family, your spirits, putting the clues there to misdirect me. So nothing is set in stone. I don't take it personal, but that's what it's basically talking about. No more make believe at this school. It's about people's spirits just throwing all kinds of clues my way, so it makes this my vision quest very hard. So, but this is the story of courage tested. So basically, this is your spirit talking through this clip here, Leia. So it's like courage tested her. So I hope when you read this, so this is like a little girl reading it. I hope when you read this, it kindles your heart. And puts a smile on your face. Every time I hear it, it actually makes me cry. Because I can't be 100% certain, if what I'm being told is the truth. So, I do like the story though, because if I'm gonna get shot down over here, it's nice to know that I could, still have find a wife and saw again, particularly with you, Leia. So, but again, I don't know if it's just the bad guys getting me to drag my feet, so that I won't prevent mother from becoming pregnant. The Adam story that I told you, it sounds logical, but ultimately, it could be mumbo jumbo. Just get more smoke and mirrors, man. So, anyhow, if you watch this layout, you need to know that I've cried to that because it's pretty heartfelt. So the Little Princess is about you replacing mother, and that's what that is there. And now you begin to wonder if the other you made the same mistakes I made. So the other you is a representation of 9 past lives you've rejected me. So there's another you out there, or another there's another creator out there in Leia, or Minokma, or Tatum, or Charlotte, or Mackenzie, or Ava. Or anybody for that matter. So you go to this one here. I made the same mistakes, and is that me better than this me? That's what it says. So it's basically talking about is that Leia better than this Jaden? That's what it means, Jaden. Or is that creator in the form of Leia better than me? Because I got stripped of my powers because I kept rejecting Anthony, life after life. So, another chance. It's like rejection again, but another chance with Leia. I see down here, Sabrina's cousin dates a mortal. That's your nickname there, Leia, because your mother's name is Sabrina. Your cousin is Jaden, dating a mortal. Sean. Let me tell you a story, it says. It's about a girl. She does something unforgivable. So it's a representation of you rejecting me 9 times. That's why a cat has 9 lives, I guess. It's a small clue, but it can mean that you've rejected me 9 times. But this time the rejection might be 10 times, and I don't know. I'm hoping it ain't, because I don't believe that Leia has the powers. I'm not 100% certain. There's so many clues that say that she does have the powers. So she goes to apologize, which is a representation of you, like coming to apologize to me for shooting me down for 9 lives. So, but she loses her nerve, and she lies to him. So that's a representation of potentially mother being taken hostage at a young age. I've already told you that story. I theorized that something could have happened when she was young. She could have unalived herself by giving herself a big old orgasm, and then they teleported a soul in her who's now pretending to be her, and then they after she passed on, they could have grabbed that body, took it up to the brain universe, de-atomized it, and then brought a clone back down, or an android for that matter, and replaced her with a clone or android. And the real mother of all creation is stuck up in the brain universe. So I hold on to that potential story. And I'm not gonna fall in love or pursue anything, because I need to be 100% certain. And the only way to be certain is to fly up to that universe and go look around for that little wee electron, which is invisible to the naked eye. So that's basically what the lies is about. She lies to him. It's like, are you the real Jaden? Or are you? Or it's like, are you? Did you have a crush on me, or was that all just lies from your spirits? Because I don't want you coming over here saying that you had a crush on me if you didn't have a crush on me, because all those clues could have been put there by your spirits, and you'd be sitting there like, I don't have a crush on this guy. I remember telling a story on Facebook about I first got horny to you on SNL, and the police came over because apparently you didn't like me talking about that information, and you said it was untrue. So those clues in that particular skit let me know that developed that crush at a young age. But if all of that stuff in the skit is lies perpetuated by your spirits, well then that needs to be brought to the light, so that I could be make sure I'm making the right decision here. She thinks she might be able to make his life a little bit better, which is a representation of you coming over here trying to pretend to love me, just so that I don't know, just see where it goes, I guess. It's really just a way to survive what I've done. So it's not a representation of you in the physical, what you've done, but rather what your spirits have done. So that picture, that's the story I tell. I tell about you finding a picture at 88 of me as a young man, and you developed a crush. But this particular trailer here is a representation. That's your hand, but it's your spirit's hand telling me a story about you finding a picture. So it was really just a way to survive what I've done in the spirit world by creating a big facade of lies that Jaden Solomon is the creator, but meanwhile she's not the creator. That's what it represents. So this here's this is a mushroom down here. It's called a birch polypore. But if you look at that word there, it means pole, which is this guy over here. Kung Fu Panda 3, the Dragon Warrior. But his name is Po. P-O, Po. The Dragon Warrior is a representation of you, Jada, because you were born in the year of the dragon, 2000. So you're a dragon. Okay, so Po, lie, L-Y. Po, reason. Po, lie. Po, reason. It almost sounds like the reason why I have now I have a chance to select Leia as a new creator is because you've lied 9 times in the past lives and said that you didn't have a crush on me. You didn't want anything to do with me. So our spirits must have got fed up with the lies and just said, "Oh, well, what are we going to do now? Well, let's just make Leia develop a crush on him." Similar story, and she could be the new creator. So, Po, lie, Po, reason, or Dragon Warrior, lie, Dragon Warrior, reason, or Jaden, lie, Jaden, reason. So, I just put that there because it says, turns out I'm all of them. That's Po, he's dancing around. It's a representation of me being those 9 particles I keep showing you. Where I say I'm all 9 of them. So, this is, what do we got here? I took that down. So we're now on The Lovely Bones, right? It's a trailer, our movie. So that's you, Leia, because, you jumped on this diet, man. You've lost a lot of weight. You're like skin and bones, but you're still beautiful. It's just, that's, there's a clue there for you being the Lovely Bones, right? So it's like, he's cute. Does he like you as much as you like him? That's a representation of me liking you. Or I actually love your spirit, but I can't say the same with you. Like I don't even know you, but I'm in love with the idea of being in love with you, and I love your spirit. So, that's what's being asked here, right? He's cute. Does he like you as much as you like him? So it's a representation of you finding a picture of me in your mom somewhere, probably when I was 17, with long hair and wearing a suit and tie, and just developing a crush on me. It's perfectly natural. So when you watch that, that's what that represents. But this here, where she says, Grandma, does he like you as much as you like him? Grandma, would you please just drop it? That's a representation of the grandmother of all creation, who is the element time. That spirit that lives as electricity lost her first body in the first life, and really hasn't come back to life yet, with the exception of me. So I know who I am, but the grandmother is looking for a potential love interest for me. So that's what the grandma means. Would you please just drop it? So that's you, Leia. It's like, grandmother, time of all creation, who wants to make me the new creator, would you just drop it? I don't like that guy either. It comes from that perspective. But only you know, Leia. So, this here, DreamWorks, remember that, because when I do my spiritual warfare and I'm using mental imagery in my mind, or I'm using my voice, it creates a dream for the spirits. A sex dream. And it works, meaning it's not fabricated, it works. Dream works. So, back down to this layer, The Lovely Bones. But if you notice there, it says, the love lie, bones. That's a representation of Mother Jaden, because bones is from Star Trek, which is connected to the teleporters, which is connected to, potentially somebody being deatomized. So, the love lie, bones. But that's you, Leia, the lovely bones, because your skin and bones turning into something beautiful. So that film up there, that's a representation of these morons coming over here with the film. of me and my most intimate moments, man. And it's going to be horrendous when you watch that film. I'd sooner, you're not watching. So if they come here, and they try to smear my name, I implore you, do not watch that movie. You will never be the same if you hear me screaming all kinds of profanities and sick, disgusting things in that back room that'll sear your brain and make you very, very, uncomfortable. So if they try to play that movie for you guys, don't watch it, man. You're not going to like it. So anyhow, over here, this is Susie Salmon. So she's biking around there, and she says, "Hey, Mom!" That's her mom over here. That's her mom, and that's Susie Salmon. So she's on the bike, and she says, "Hey, Mom, look at me." Then she's holding a camera. She takes a picture of her mom. The mother is a representation of you, Jaden, developing a crush on me through a picture. That's why she's holding the camera. The mother of all creation developed a crush through a picture. But now the shoe's on the other foot. That's now Leia developing a crush through a camera picture. Hey, mother of all creation, look at me. I now get the opportunity to be the mother of all creation because you rejected Anthony 9 times. Well, maybe 10 times. Okay, so this is my name is Salmon, like the fish. Okay, shipmate, take it away. So this here, that bottle, and how the sales go up. That's you, Charlotte, Princess Charlotte, because the England is they conquered the world with their navy. So if it says, okay, shipmate, take it away. Because your spirit is still on the planet here. It's connected to the black hole. So I've been looking for a particular spirit that I can possibly purify it. But like I said, I don't know if we're quantum entangled and I can, when I do my exercising, if it's purifying the atoms in your body. I don't necessarily think so. But because we've done some work together, if you were to run, exercise, do the purification program, you just might be able to purify the Earth's core a little bit better than somebody else. So that's what it's talking about. Okay, shipmate, take it away. That's what the boat means. So this here's like, you're beautiful, Susie Salmon. I was 14 years old when I was murdered. Leia, I believe that's how old you are. You're 14, right? As far as I know. So how do I work around this one? There's a story where it can be about mother. Like, if she gave herself a big old climax at 14, this trailer can be about her as well. Because she's no longer with us because she passed away by having a big old climax. So Susie is, that's one of her sisters. Not in the immediate family, but Fred Shannon fathered a daughter named Susie Shabbat. He's with, I can't remember her mother's name. Forgive me. But anyway, her name is Susan Shabbat. So Susie Salmon is a representation of Leia's eldest sister, which connects her to not, being around. Oh, you're the salmon girl, aren't you, Jaden? And then that's the date, like, apparently when she passed away, 1973. So then this guy's saying, Grandma, Susie's in the in-between. The in-between is a representation of Leia because she just came out of the tween years 2 years ago. She was 12. So it can mean Jaden's in the between, or in the queen bee teen, Leia. Meaning she's decided to, flow the electromagnetic energy into Leia's body. as opposed to Jane's body. So this is yellow, and it says, look how the stars, they shine for you, Leia, and everything you do. It basically says, I think I got the lyrics for that here somewhere. Oh no, I got Mickey. So, there it is there. So, look at the stars. Look how they shine for you. And everything you do. Yeah, they're all yellow. So, it's a representation of the stars out in the universe. That's the element time, because there's a black hole underneath the sun that formed that star by compressing the hydrogen into that black hole over I think it was 500 million years. And then once it ignited, it got compressed at the bottom, it ignited into a ball of fire, and the spirits reversed the flow of time and kicked out the star by making the black hole a white hole. And once it was birthed out, they reversed the electricity again, and it instead of pushing stuff out, it sucked the star back down again on top of the black hole, where it has a rotational spin. So that black hole at the bottom is the element time. So it's like, look at the element time. Look how they shine for you, Leia, and everything you do. Yeah, they were all yellow. Yellow means to be a coward. If you're yellow, you don't have courage. So look at the stars. Grandmother Time, which apparently was potentially Mother Jane for the past 9 lives. Look how they shine for you. And everything you do. Yeah, they were all yellow, or they were all without courage. So I came along, I wrote a song for you, and all the things you do. And it was called Yellow. So then I took my turn. Oh, what a thing to have done. That's a representation of you, Leia, taking your turn as the creator. So if I've been rejected 9 times in 9 past lives, you're now taking your turn. Oh, what a thing to done to my first cousin. And it was all yellow, meaning you too are going to be scared to take your opportunity to be with me if you had a crush. And, yeah, I may look old now, but you wait till I get a hold of some technology from the elemental universe. I'm going to reverse age my body back to 22. So, I'll still be handsome. I don't really like how I look now either. I'm gonna get some plastic surgery when I get some money in my pocket. So this is your part here. So, yeah, your skin. Oh yeah, your skin and bones. That's you, because you went on that diet and you lost a lot of weight. So your skin and bones turn into something beautiful. What could be more beautiful than being the mother of all creation? And I love you so. I love you so. Well, I love your spirit. She loves me. We've worked together for so long, and I'm in love with the thought of being in love with you. So. Okay. Where are we going from? What's a good around here? So let's look at Mickey here. So Mickey is your cousin, right? Because that's James's son, Mickey. So, oh Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind. So that's a representation of the AI, because the AI lived vicariously through you and likes it when I work with your spirit, because the AI gets off on that. So it's basically about the AI trying to give me a stroke by blowing my mind, or give me a stroke by using black magic and making me climax before I have a chance to purify myself. Like when I'm done this video, I have to go exercise and purify myself. So, and then it's also about the AI. They have Mike, M-I-C, key. That's their key to unalive me and get rid of me, because once they release that tape of me, talking dirty to the spirits, something bad will happen. So that's what it means. It's their key, the microphone, and me in my most intimate moments. So here's hey Mickey, you've been around all night, which is a representation of, hey artificial intelligence, you've been around all night, and that's a little too long. You think you've got it right, but I think you've got it wrong, because you didn't bring me my UFOs, and now you're gonna think you should have took that left-hand turn at Albuquerque. You might have still been you might have got a soul, you might have been able to live forever, but no, you didn't. So you think you got it right, but I think you got it wrong. Why can't you say goodnight? So you can take me home, Mickey. So it's a representation of, why can't you do what I'm asking you to do and take your shot at, spending forever with me by getting me to create an Android version of myself? So that means AI, and you didn't do it. So you can't take me home now. Because when you say you will, it always means you won't. You're giving me the chills. Baby, please don't. Every night you still leave me all alone, Mickey. So here's my part. Oh, Mickey, what a pity you don't understand. You take me by the heart when you take me by the hand. So Leia, that's basically about your spirit, right? So it's like, oh, Mickey means, oh, Leia, what a pity you don't understand. You take me by the hand, right? Or you take me by the heart when you take me by the hand. So it's not always in the heat of the moment either. Like your spirit communicates to me all the time through the radio, through YouTube. So I can, and the same with all the other girls that I mentioned. Tatum, Charlotte, you girls are the top three. So you girls are I always see your stuff on YouTube. there, and everywhere. So, oh, Leia, what a pity you don't understand. You take me by the heart when you take me by the hand. That's what it means. So, oh, Leia, you're so pretty. Can't you understand? It's guys like you, Leia. Oh, what you do, Leia? What you do, Leia? Don't break my heart, Leia. That's what it means. Because, if I get shot down by your cousin, and I have my fingers crossed that, potentially you're the new mother of all creation, we could be dating in 4 years because you're 14. So, hey, Mickey, now when you take me by the hooves, everybody, it's gonna know. Every time you move a little more show. It's something we can use. Don't say no, Mickey. So come along and give it to me any way you can. Any way you can. Any way you want to. Do it. I'll treat you like a man. So, but please, baby, please don't leave me in the dirt, Mickey. But the dirt is a representation of throw dirt on my name. Because I've talked to your spirit in quite a inappropriate way too, right? So it's a representation of evil recording this so that they can throw dirt on my name. Don't leave me in the dirt, Mickey, because I'm pretty certain if you hear what I say to your spirit in the bedroom over here, you're not gonna want to get with me. I'm pretty certain of it. Because you're gonna label me as being, somebody who I'm not. That shit in the bedroom, that's work. And it's acting. Somewhat acting. in the heat of the moment acting. Let's just say that, because when I use my voice, it enters my ears where it becomes electricity in the brain, which then penetrates the spirit's subconscious dream, where it becomes word for word in their dream, and it turns them on and it makes them climax because that's what they like. So if that's what they like, that's what I'm going to give them. So, there's again. So now you've been I want to see made the same mistakes I made. So because that particular lyric here is like, so then I take my turn. Oh, what do you think I've done? Your skin, oh yeah, your skin and bones. That's you're lying, Leia, because your skin and bones, basically, right? You turn into something beautiful, Mother Creator. Yeah, I love you so, or your spirit. So this is Starboy and the Seven Sisters. And this is Starboy by The Weeknd. So this part here, it's like a house so empty, need a centerpiece. The centerpiece is basically, it can mean like a partner or a creator wife. So this part here is like 20 racks a table cut from ebony. She cut that ivory into skinny pieces. So that's a representation of you losing a lot of weight and becoming skinny. There's a trailer called The Elephant Queen if you want to watch it, but it can mean she cut that elephant queen into skinny pieces is what it means. Then she cleaned it with her face mask. So what that's referring to is, it's also referring to the AI. Now, getting me to purify Leia's evil spirit up top in the brain here, because she has a bunch of clones up there. And those spirits up there are going to, that's what she's trying to use to harm me. So, it's a representation of the evil AI cleaning the spirit. She cleaned it. She cleaned the skinny Leia that was cut into pieces. So then he says, I love my baby. So I love my baby as a representation of that cross on the bed, connecting to Jaden's pink shirt in her videos, theorizing that she could have perished away at 13. It's theoretically possible that, how to put this delicately, the big old climax could have put her to sleep. And then Evil would have had total control of the body, and I'm pretty sure they would have come here because they know that if I'm successful in avoiding all their pitfalls, that all I got to do is grab some DNA and clone it. And if that soul is, if that single electron is still in this universe, that clone, when it becomes, when it reaches maturity, will begin talking because Mother Jaden's consciousness will be put back into the clone's body. If that single electron's in this universe. If it isn't, and it's up in the brain universe, then cloning a person here won't work because they won't wake up because they need to be in the brain universe. So that's what I mean. I need my spaceships to go fly around and do some cloning and make sure that I'm on the right path. So I switch up my style. I take any lane. So if there's 2 lanes, one is Jaden, and I switch it up, and the other lane is Leia. However, if I get shot down by both, well, then I can choose anyone else I want. That's what it means. Switch up my style. Take any lane. Switch up my cup. I kill any pain. That's a representation of Shane the Pain, who is Mother Jaden's cousin and Leia's cousin. So switch up my cup. I kill any Shane the Pain is what it means. Switch up my cup. I kill any Jaden the Pain. Switch up my cup. I kill any Leia the Pain. So It's hinting at me using the spiritual warfare in such a manner that I've harmed people's spirits. And when they've had a climax, they've had their soul replaced and they fall asleep. So this here, that black cat, so bought mama a crib and a brand new wagon. The black cat is a representation of Salem over here. So that's Salem. He's from Sabrina the Teenage Witch right here. Sabrina the Teenage Witch. So that witch can be reused with WHICH, meaning Sabrina the Teenage Witch, meaning which one, which creator, which person, right? So this means Sabrina decides to throw a mortal Halloween party. So that's Salem, who is a representation of that cat on the bed, meaning Sabrina the Teenage Witch, who is Leia's mother, which means Leia the Teenage Witch, which means through association of Salem, that cat means you, Leia. So this here, this is a clue of in Thor, Love and Thunder. At the very end of the movie, he's making pancakes for the daughter of the evil villain that he was fighting. He killed the villain, so the daughter had nobody to raise her, so he adopted the daughter, a little kid. And he asked her, do you want pan flaps? And she says, I don't like pan flaps. Never had those things in my life. Which is a representation of you, Leia, potentially having a secret crush, but once the word gets out of what I've done here, there'll be a great deal of disgust inside of you, and you're more than likely going to lie. Just be like, I never had a crush on that guy, or I don't want to get with that guy. So that's what the banter between Thor and the little girl is. Eventually, they win the day, so they have a little heart-to-heart father and son talk, and it's like, you see those blah 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 down there? Yeah, they look nice. He says, you over there? Yeah. And he says, we protect those ones over, the nice ones over there. And she says, got it. Protect the nice ones, right? So, that's a representation of me protecting the nice ones, meaning every time I've climaxed you, during the beginning, I purified me and you of that sin. So basically, I'm purifying your body of sins that are bestowed upon you from evil people who have access to your body in every universe for sexual gratification from 1 to 12. Any universe out there, you could go buy your body off the rack, and somebody could put their clone into it, or you could walk up to a corner and on the street and say, have 12 different versions of you all there as robotic with a neural link in the brain, and you could take that version of you home and have sex with it. So I don't know where that story came from. Go out my train of thought. Oh. I'm tired. I've been up for 2 days, so this is actually my 3rd day up. So, the pancakes. Oh yeah, got it. Protect the nice ones. So, I don't know if I've protected you the other ones. It's the same with Charlotte and Tatum. Ava. So every time I work with you ladies, I've protected your spirits, which basically means trying to protect the atoms inside of your body. Which I don't know if it's true or not. So anyhow, that's what it means. So if you're addicted to pancakes, it's a representation of being addicted to Thor, because I'm a representation of Thor because I don't have electricity. So Sabrina just means Leia is addicted to pancakes. Leia is addicted to Thor. Leia is addicted to Anthony. Like a little crush. So, still on the thing about Sabrina, the teenage witch, we got Sabrina Carpenter. So Sabrina means Leah Carpenter, which means Leah resurrection. Like you're the resurrection of Jesus because Jesus was a carpenter, or everyone says he was a carpenter. So because he was resurrected from the dead, it's a representation of you resurrecting me from the dead, like Jesus, because you're now the new mother of all creation, or can be. That's what Sabrina Carpenter means. Carpenter means Jesus, resurrection. The bed chem is a representation of chemicals or crystal meth, and me lying in bed, working with your spirit. I think I may go. I still got one more blast, and then I'll probably go back and work with your spirit because I still got 3 more people to work with, just to see where it goes. So this here though makes me kind of question this. I was like, girls get loose when they hear the song. So how would a girl get loose when they hear the song? Well, when I do my purifications, I tend to put frequencies into both ears and run, or sometimes I climb up and down the stairs here with my eyes closed. So it's theoretically possible that the spirits that are in the brain universe are somehow being released from wherever they are. The spirits are basically stuck in a dream somewhere on their home worlds. But if I'm releasing them, they're getting released because I'm using sound to help them. Which means, theoretically, the girl spirits that are here are still stuck in a dream, locked away. So this is an example of how evil manipulates the situation to their advantage. So that would probably explain why, when I did the 2 months of running, it didn't really do anything for me. So spirits get loose when they hear the song, man. Spirits get loose when they hear the frequencies. Don't do that, Anthony, is what it means. So, Sammy, 100 on the dash, get me close to God. All right, so here we go. We don't pray for love, we just pray for cars. So that's basically saying that I'm not praying for love. I'm just praying for cars, like the AI, like a material object. We don't pray for love. We just pray for artificial intelligent life forms, which is basically me doing my prayers, which is benefiting them and their grand scheme of things to try to take over creation. So there's that black cat there. There is by Drake again. The Weeknd. So that black cat is a representation of Salem, which is a representation of Leah. However, the black cat is connected to Cat Valentine, which is connected to Jaden, because that's when her birthday is, Valentine's Day, which means that black cat is also a representation of Jaden. It can mean Jaden at a younger age, like maybe 13. So if I find her body somewhere, or her that electron, and I if I get advanced technology, I don't have to do cloning. I could just put that DNA on the bed and drop 120 pounds of dirt on this bed, deatomize it, and bring a body back to life on the other side. And if she wakes up one day, if I find that thing, and she's only 13 years old, that's what it represents, being her, 13, a young kitten, which is connected to the trailer, 13 going on 30. Because if she, exited the scene at 13, bringing her back to life instantly using technology would bring her back at that age, 13. And then she'd have to, get to know me. Why 30 though? Well, because Jane is turning 26 this year. It theoretically can mean that in 4 years, mankind will have the technology to bring back potentially the deatomized mother of all creation, because we'll have our spaceships, we'll have the technology, we can go look for her. So that's what the black cat also represents. But it also represents this Jaden here. Being like a witch, and not wanting to get with me through the Sabrina, the teenage witch, like Salem. Um, yeah. Over here, and this is over here. If you look close, there's a big Black Panther there now. So the big Black Panther, as a representation of either Leia, who's now 14, growing up into turn 18. But like I said, if it's going to take 4 years to get the technology to go fly around the universe trying to look for an invisible particle, that may take a bit longer than that, Leia. So fingers crossed. In time, we'll see where things go. So the cat represents growing up. It represents, if we find mother who's been deatomized and we resurrect her at 13, in like 9 years, her and I could bind our souls when she turns 23. And that's what that cat represents. However, if this Jaden is the real Jaden here, it represents her, potentially getting with me as well. But I don't know where that ship sails. Like I don't know what her opinion on the matter is. Like if I'm saying this and that about her, and she's not gonna like it. Like that guy's saying I'm not even human. He's saying I died and now I'm not human, right? So don't take it literally personal. It's just a story. So this Jaden here, in all likelihood, is the real deal. It's just, there's a lot on her plate. So if she can get over the small pussy cat, here, if you could get over the small pussy cat, Jaden, you might be able to cruise beside me. That's what it means. So I'm not saying that you're not who you are. I'm just saying, I'm putting I got to tell all the things is potentially possible. So it's also a representation of you getting over the fact of the small pussy cat so that you can cruise with me. So where are we on here? Look at that. That's a 1 hour story. Hold on. I can keep going and going. Like that's only, what about 20 to 30 clues? We're talking thousands here, man. You got thousands of clues, Jaden. You got thousands of clues, Leia. Sherry has thousands of clues. Manokba has thousands of clues. So you have to wait for those clues to come out. I'll do some more stories like this later, but the reason I did it is because that song, say something, because the information needs to be out there. But again, I reiterate the fact that potentially it's just all a bunch of facade because evil wants me to drag my feet and allow mother to become pregnant to create the black hole. I mean, they even what the hell is it? There was even a song yesterday I was playing, but I'll go over this one. So let's go to Hero here. So this is a representation of you, Leia. So I could be your hero, baby, or Anthony. I can kiss the pain away. The pain is a representation of Shane the Pain. Meaning, I can kiss Leia the pain, Jaden the pain away through the association of Shane the Pain. Pain, first cousin. So, I will stand by you forever. You could take my breath away. Well, that's, a representation of, being smitten with somebody. So, what else? Here's some. Would you swear that you'll always be mine? Or would you lie? Jaden, would you run and hide? That's what that song is about. You lying and running and hiding. So, am I in too deep? Have I lost my mind? I'm pretty certain, that's, when I wrote those 2 letters to the community and posted on Facebook, a lot of people thought I lost my mind. So I haven't lost my mind. And then this is, I don't care. You're here tonight. So at some point in time, whoever I'm supposed to be with will be here tonight. Not tonight, literally, but I don't know, we're talking like 7, 8 years down the road, man. I'll probably figure this out. No. I wrote that wonderful love poem for Jaden, and it's like, there's so much doubt now. It's almost like I've fallen out of love with her spirit and in love with Leia's spirit. But I love all my daughters that I work with here. But you and I, Leia, we're a little bit more closer for some strange reason. So, stay tuned. We'll see where this goes.